It was a cold, wintry night on a Western Valley Railway. All the engines were in their sheds, the wind as I held. Sandy broke the silence. What we need is a story. Trevor told me a story once. Is it of my majesty, good looks, and grace? Absolutely not. Now, like I was saying, but there must be a happy ending. What if there is a story about the suspense is killing me? No, I think there is a story about something I'd like to know. Guys, that's enough, please. Now, I know we've all wanted to tell each other some of our stories, but those stories are the same ones you told us before, Kyle. Well then, what is it? This story is about an engine living on a railway high up in the mountains. Once upon a time, there was an engine who used to work on a mountain railway many years ago, and his name is Trevor. Trevor is a little Pannier tank working on the line with passengers and goods trains. He was named after his controller's nephew, and he's in an engine who had a branch line to run on. The mountain railway is like his very own branch line, and Trevor loves it very much. He works hard carrying passengers up and down the mountains, showing them the most beautiful sights along the line. Sometimes when they have to travel back home on the return journey, Trevor had lots of people coming in his coaches, and he had to take them to drop them off at the station where the town took place. That's because he's in an engine built with auto tanks to travel backwards and forwards with his trains. He is also very proud to be one of them on the Great Western ever since. One day, his controller, Mr. Daniels, came to see him. Trevor, I need you to take the warning signs to the crossing. The crossing gates are broken, and the workmen were there to fix it. So they needed the signs to warn the traffic cars that they were working ahead. Yes, sir. And remember, Trevor, it is very important, and you have to be careful with your train. They are heavy. No problem, sir. I'll get right to it, and I'll be as careful as possible. Trevor collected his freight cars from the top station. He set off on his journey. Trevor was coming through the scenery of the countryside, and he enjoyed the view as he chuffed past. Then there was trouble. What on earth happened? But before Trevor's driver could check the problem, Trevor felt his wheels beginning to slowly crawl off the rails. He tried to call for help, but it was too late. Oh! Goodness gracious, did that really happen, Digby? No, he was rescued after he fell off. But I just wanted to spice up the story a little bit, you know. But little did Digby know that the story had a rather adverse effect on Layla. She became paranoid about crashing. The next morning, Miss Edwards came to see Layla. There was a loaded freight cars waiting at the junction. I would like you to take them to Middle Stream Station for the important goods, Layla. Yes, ma'am. Layla was trying to be bright and cheerful, but she was still worried as she puffed out of the sheds. Soon, she was off to collect her freight cars from the junction. But when she was almost there, she saw that Heather had derailed. What happened, Heather? The switches were set to the main line and I didn't see it until I suddenly derailed. I'm sorry about this, Layla. That's okay, Heather. I'll go and get help. Soon the breakdown train arrived, and Heather was back on the tracks. But this will make Layla late for important goods, and she hurried off to collect them. She didn't have time for Heather to say thank you to her. Rather unfortunately, the shunter had heard news that Layla's special was coming through before Sandy's passenger train. Due to Heather's derailment, this wasn't going to be true. Being lazy as usual, the shunter changed the switches to the branch line, Layla's destination, and then took a nap. Then he heard a whistle. That must be Layla. Right on time. This is funny. I'm on the branch line. The shunter, thinking that Layla had already passed, set the switches for the main line, Sandy's destination. This is strange. I'm on the main line. Then the shunter realized the error of his ways. Oh no! Sandy is too heavy for those tracks. She'll never make it. And he was right. The tracks buckled due to Sandy's weight. Oh no! Not again! Meanwhile, on the main line, Layla was having her own troubles with freight cars. Stop! Stop! Bump her off! Shove her off! Wheel off! Now Layla was starting to rattle. She had never gone this fast before in her entire life. Her driver even got thrown off the footplate. Layla called for her brakes to be put on, but of course, there was no reply. This is it! I'm going to crash! Fortunately, the switches had been set for the runway sighting. No, 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 no! I don't want to crash! This is it! I'm doomed! A flatbed truck awaited Layla at the end of the sidings. Luckily, Layla was unharmed in the accident. Her fireman had jumped clear before the crash. He went to call for help, and Miss Edwards was soon on the case. I'm terribly sorry, Miss Edwards. I didn't mean to come down this way. I'm aware of this, Layla. The shunter was lazy, and he forgot to put you and Sandy on the right track at your destination. I've talked to him about it, and he promised to be a better cinnamon in future. In the meantime, Digby will be taking your goods train, and Heather will be taking the passenger train for Sandy. Thank you, Miss Edwards. Soon, Digby arrived with the breakdown train, put all the freight cars back on track, and then pushed Layla home.